Good evening and welcome to the inaugural Sport for Social Change Network Africa Awards, and SABC Sport is proudly bringing them to you live right here on the SABC Sport channel. You can also join us online if you're not at home on our Facebook page at SABC Sport to connect and comment, like, and leave some messages for all the award nominees, of course, and all the organizations that are here doing everything that is to empower sport and make social change in their communities. Of course, I have the esteemed honor of being the first person to welcome all the guests here tonight on the red carpet. Of course, they are dressed in their nines. They're also on theme, because the theme here tonight is elegance and sneakers. If you can see, I'm also dressed and ready, of course, to welcome all the guests. It's a history in the making. SABC Sports specializes in that.
Hey,
of course.
my brother,
how are you?
All good to see you, man.
And welcome.
Thank you so much, man.
Please introduce yourself, of course. You might be familiar to me, but of course the guests, the people who are watching, they're not familiar with you.
My name's Abdul Jack Manak. I'm an ex-cricketer. I had a dream to play for South Africa cricket. And I went to a teacher and I told him my dream, and he said it's impossible as a young boy. And I asked him why. He said it's because I grew up in the apartheid era, an era where color and you can't play for South Africa. And he said if you play, and that was the start of my journey. But I did get my South African green blazer. I did get my colors.
Yes.
Even though I didn't play for South Africa, but I got green blazer
Oh,
to say
amazing.
that you can.
Amazing.
No matter who you are, you can achieve great things. And a day like today, where there's change, networking, where you bring sportsmen together.
And of course, the story follows your history, of course, on a personal level, your experience. As you said, your teacher sort of discouraged you because of what was happening at the time in the country at the time. But there's change now, and of course, you're involved with Sports for Social Change as well. What does that mean to you?
It means it's huge. Nothing is more important than change. When people change their mindsets, change where we come from, change the way we think, change the way we do things, life can only grow. But how do we do it? It's Ubuntu. Sports is a team game. There's no I in sports. And when we work together, play together, life changes. Today is all about that. Today is us working together, playing together, and recognizing people who have been part of the struggle, part of making great things happen.
I've seen some fantastic videos of amazing sporting initiatives around the continent, of course, South Africa as well. I have my favorites, but you have a favorite?
Yes, cricketer or sportsman?
You go ahead. No.
So my favorite is cricket.
Yeah.
And I've got lots from Makaya Intini to Hashim Amla to A.B. de Villiers to a whole lot of stringer cricketers are all my favorites. But to me, it is, when South Africa had a black South African captain, Themba Bavuma, there was a start of change. For the first time, and he scored 100. So that's what's and that's what it's all about. Is when you see difference, when you see change. Yeah. But now we have to embrace it.
Thank you very much.
Now we have to play together, work together, and make an impact together.
I welcome you very much to this heritage building.
Thank you so much, brother.
At Auckland Park.
Looking forward to today.
Enjoy tonight.
I will do.
And right now, of course, I'm joined by Ashley Peters, and of course, he's got someone on his arm. Who's looking very fabulous and beautiful. Of course, welcome to tonight and welcome to the awards.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that.
I don't know if you have expectations or what to expect, or you have something that you wish for tonight.
Well, I'm glad to be part of such a great occasion where we are honoring people, and I always have a heart for people to actually celebrate their successes. And I believe tonight, being an awards evening, SSCN is doing a fantastic job. And even with us as African Bank, we are proud to be part of this. And, we are serving the people. It's for the people, by the people, serving the people to advance lives. And we are so, so thankful that we are here tonight to celebrate those accolades.
And it's history in the making. These are the first awards, inaugural awards, and they're live on SABC Sport, so the country knows all about it tonight.
Absolutely. So quite privileged to be part of the countrywide initiative. Yeah.
And of course, they can also leave you a comment or say something. But what would you like to say to the public that will be watching tonight?
Well, it's the first time I've been here to the SABC studios, and I think these guys are doing a brilliant job. You guys got a fantastic outfit here, and for the occasion, I think this is just an absolute awesome time. I can't wait for you guys to start, for me to be part of this accolade. So thank you very much for the invite. SSCN, SABC, Department of Sports, and everybody that's involved. You are going to touch a life. And by touching a life, you're touching the nation. Touching the nation, you touch the world.
You're not giving, okay. And of course, I've got Ms. Mandela walking down the red carpet. I had to grab her to bring her closer to find out why she's here and, of course, what her expectations are. We have our own expectations. We are proud as SABC Sport to bring you these awards live. It's a history in the making. And, of course, everybody is part of this occasion here tonight. Historic occasion. Ms. Mandela, welcome to the SABC building.
Thank you so much, and good evening to the listeners, to the viewers rather.
And of course, your involvement here tonight?
Well, we've partnered with Sports for Social Change as the Tembegile Mandela Foundation to bring in more communities. So that's why I'm here.
Your expectations, I don't want to say do you have a favorite, but because I've seen some amazing initiatives posted everywhere, some amazing videos, wheelchairs, playing volleyball.
Yes, what my expectations is that, it will be all-encompassing. We've been told that this Sports for Social Change includes over 148 communities, and we are excited to see, ordinary people get recognized for the work that they do in their communities.
And of course, any other guests that you are looking forward to meeting here tonight? Because I'm sure post-COVID, everybody's speaking digital now.
Yes,
of course, now it's a face-to-face
yes. Well, I'm hoping to
like
see, sports people like Sia Kolisi,
Big name dropping there from Ms. Mandela. Thank you very much for joining
Thank
us.
you, thank you.
Of course, we're going to go to an ad break now and come back for more. There's more people looking fabulous. They're walking down the aisle. Some are in theme, of course, looking elegant, bright, and really classic. We'll be back after this short break. Welcome back. Of course, these are the inaugural Sport for Social Change Network Africa Awards, and SABC Sport is proudly bringing them to you live right here on the SABC Sport channel. But if you're not at home, of course, maybe you're working or on the road, you can join us on our Facebook page at SABC Sport right now. Leave a comment, like, anything. You can interact with us right now. I've got Mr. Thomas Nkuna joining me on the red carpet, looking ever so fabulous. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
And of course, your involvement in this fantastic event here tonight.
Yes, we're excited to be here today as Access Bank. I'm representing Access Bank South Africa, and we're really looking forward to the evening, and then also, to look to all the nominees as well as the winners for the night.
Sport, Mr. Mandela, may God rest his soul, has said sport is the most powerful tool for social change, and we're going to see it here tonight. What are your expectations?
I think for me the expectations is really to see people being united because sport is quite important to our society, especially now during the World Cup. I think this is one tool or one thing that we can use to unite ourselves. So I'm really looking forward to tonight and to see the winners as well walking away with those fantastic prizes.
Since you've already mentioned the winners, any of them your favorites?
No, I can't mention yet. Yeah, we'll just wait for the surprises.
Coming right up is Princess Mtikhaga from the Royal Kingdom of Abatembu. And the Royal Kingdom of Abatembu is home to none other than the great President, Mr. Mandela, of course. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Go ahead, put the mic on.
Good
on you.
evening, sir, and how are you?
Very well, thank you. Kunjani?
Andikhulile mhlekazi.
Ndiyavuya ukubona mama.
Kuvula
Ndiyavuya
mna.
isijoyini lapha namhlanje.
Kuvuya mna kakhulu ukuba nenxaxheba enkulu kangaka ukwamkelwa kumsebenzi katatomkhulu uMadiba. Ndikhahlele ndithi akholhlahla.
Mama watsho kamnandi.
Ndiyabulela.
Yeyiphi enye into o-expect uyibona apha namhlanje?
Ngaphandleni kwazo zonke izinto that I am expecting to see zizinto ezithi kule mbhiyozo owenziwayo into esiyinqwenelelayo into kokuba we can carry this as South African princesses to our rural areas and train our own kids and train kingdoms as a whole.
And phakuni intoni mhlambi onothi igqamile kangaka kuba ingavela immediately ngoku?
Into egqamile ngathi ingavela immediately yinto yokukhulisa indawo esiphuma kuyo ngoba into ebuhlungu into ethi indawo esiphuma kuyo ayinaphuhliso. Uphuhliso luncinci kakhulu eliziswa ngabantu abasiphetheyo. Yiyo lento size sithathe inxaxheba yokuba sizimele sizicelele kubantu bangaphandle ukuze sikwazi ukwakha ikhaya nekhaya labantsundu.
Thethe kamnandi, siyabulela.
Ndiyabulela.
Of course, dressed in their nines, ready to represent, ready to engage with the people that are here. You heard the messages from the kingdom of Abatembu. You heard all the messages from all the guests that I've been interviewing here tonight. Of course, I'm being joined again by very, very special guests who are joining me here tonight. I almost mistook you for Mr. Amokachi. Has anybody ever said that to you?
No,
Can-
not
can
at
you
all.
put the mic-
No one has ever said that to me. Yeah, but it would be nice if I was being mistaken for Amokachi because, never achieved that standard. It would be a dream.
Please introduce yourself
So,
before we
yeah.
make a mistake again. And
Okay,
say,
so-
hello, Mr. Amokachi.
Yeah. So maybe my middle name will be Amokachi, but my real names are Professor Oscar Mwanga. From the University of London. I'm one of the adjudicators celebrating the achievements that have been achieved by the different organizations. And with me is, I'm from the University of London, but originated from Zambia. So came through Zambia over to South Africa. And I'm with a colleague as well.
Go ahead and please introduce
Okay,
yourself, ma'am.
I'm your neighbor. So I'm from the University of Johannesburg.
Good evening.
And I'm Professor Cora Burnett. I do a lot of impact assessments for the SSCN. And I just said to him, so much money goes into elite sport. And now you discovered sport for development. It's a great achievement for the SAPC.
Amazing. And we're proud to bring them live to you. Please
Lovely.
pass the mic. I'm going to share between you two.
Yeah.
You were the adjudicator. You saw the special initiatives across the continent. Some of them that you can highlight for the viewers that they can expect here tonight? I'm not saying it's your favorite. I'm not saying it's your favorite. I'm saying please highlight to the viewers what you saw as you were
Well,
adjudicating.
I'm not going to tell you the names of them, but I'm
Yeah.
going to tell you one of the things that I think was impressive, that we are beginning to move into a space of seeing real impact in sport for development. And we're talking about innovation, we're talking about entrepreneurship. Previously, when this movement started, it was really about sport for development aid.
Yeah.
So we're waiting for money from America, from Japan, from anywhere, and then we call it development. But right now, we see young people, young organizations actually innovating and trying to come up with contextualized solutions to problems that they see. So looking at employment, looking at entrepreneurship. So that's really exciting for us because, me and Prof here have been in this movement for the past, 20 years or so. So we're seeing all these changes and we're excited.
Prof, as said, there's more organizations from right here in the continent getting involved. I interviewed African Bank and Access Africa representatives from the two banks here who are very much African. How does that feel now? From what you've heard, that we're waiting for funds or aid from outside the continent before,
Yeah.
but now the continent is getting involved.
I think if the government looks at the NGOs, they come up with fantastic solutions. They really make a difference in the communities, in the lives of young people. The recent program is the employability program, and in some cases, Special Olympics actually scored 100% employability and employment for the athletes, which is an amazing feat. And then you've got fantastic NGOs. I think the cream of the crop is here tonight from Kenya,
From Kenya,
from Zambia, from
Zambia,
South
yeah.
Africa.
Yeah.
No, I think you have the best of the best.
Thank you very much. Please do enjoy all the job that you did.
Thanks.
Will now be on stage. Please do enjoy
Thanks.
and maybe be proud as well
We
of
will.
the decisions that you've made.
Fantastic.
Hopefully the best people win. I think everybody won, even by being nominated and
Absolutely.
even entering.
Even entering.
Even
Yeah.
entering,
Even entering.
I think
Yeah.
everybody won here
Yeah,
tonight.
no, fantastic.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you so much.
There's a variety of esteemed guests that are walking down the red carpet dressed in their nines. Of course, I see some sneakers as well, on theme and on par. Good evening and welcome to this special historic occasion.
Thank you very much. Really privileged to be here tonight.
The people of South Africa and Africa are watching. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Sumaya Khan. I'm the Deputy Director General in the Department of Sport, Arts and Culture, and the Sport for Social Change Network is a partner that we work very closely with.
And of course, I had the adjudicators here tonight. They told me what they've seen across the continent, all the entries, all the nominees. Of course, we're expecting some winners, but from the department point of view, the involvement in such an occasion, what does it mean?
I think, any event or any award ceremony is an event and an occasion for recognition, recognizing people for their hard work, recognizing people for their commitment, their dedication, and their passion.
Please share the mic, share the love. Good evening and welcome as well.
Good evening. Thank you very much. Hello, Africa. Hello, South Africa.
Please introduce yourself, ma'am.
My name is Cindy Swamzam. I'm the Global President for the Circle of Global Business Women. And we work quite a lot in Africa. We've got country presidents across the continent. And I'm so excited to be here because sports is one of the most important, activities that builds the nation. And also to thank the Sports for Social Change Network for Africa and leading like Mandela Foundation as well for bringing us here together to actually, come and witness these gentle giants in the continent that are actually change agents through sports. Thank you.
And the conversation I heard as well from some of the people that I interviewed, that the change is now coming and the support is coming from within the continent. There's no longer, not that there's no need for funding or support from outside the continent, but there's more involvement from the continent as well.
Absolutely. If you look at the Africa Champions, which is working very closely with the African Free Trade Agreement, you see that when you look at Africa Champions, it's actually, sporting giants that are coming from different fraternities of sports activities in the continent. And I like it because let us build the Africa we want. Agenda 2063 is possible, and it's us as African that can build the Africa that we want.
I can't even ask a question after that because I feel that statement was powerful enough on its own. Thank you very much. Please do enjoy the awards
Thank you
tonight.
very much.
Of course, as I said, there's many guests walking in their nines, all colors. It's Africa being celebrated here tonight. Social change and sport being celebrated here tonight. Very excited to chat to you because you come from a very important organization, and your involvement here tonight?
Yes, we are coming from the African Union Sports Council, which is responsible for the overseeing sports development and sports for development in Africa.
And from the experience now, we are used to the mainstream sports, of course, where they always award the champions.
Always.
Here the conversation is very different.
Okay.
What are you expecting to see here tonight?
I'm expecting to be very entertaining, vibrant, and to award our champions. It's something which we are looking forward, and for us, it's the time for those who have done their best.
There's a big conversation happening about Africa for Africa at the moment.
Absolutely. This is Africa and Africa for us. And it goes together with Agenda 2063, Africa we want.
Africa we want indeed. Thank you very much for joining us, and do enjoy the awards here tonight. And I hope you're ready to clap as hard as you can.
Thank you so much.
Thank
All the
you.
best.
It's happening. It's a historic occasion. The inaugural Sport for Social Change Network Africa Awards are happening right here, and SABC Sport is proud to bring them live to you on the SABC Sport channel. If you're not watching on the SABC Sport channel, please tell a friend to watch on our Facebook page at SABC Sport. I'm joined by one of the LOC members. Very honored and special occasion at the moment. It's happening. It's really happening here tonight.
It's a dream is becoming a reality, and we're super excited to be here tonight as well.
I've met the adjudicators, I've met judges, I've met our sponsors that are involved here tonight. They've managed to come together, especially after COVID.
Absolutely, this has been a huge effort. I can't thank those supporters enough. I mean, the SABC has been superb, and we are just super excited tonight to celebrate the work that the NGOs are doing across the African continent, and I think that's what it's all about tonight, because many times this sector is really marginalized. We normally have these glitz and glamour award shows for sportsmen, but these are the guys in the trenches that's doing work and really getting those youth in those disadvantaged areas to give them hope and a future that one day that they can also be Didier Drogba, a Caster Semenya, a Lionel Messi.
Yeah, and please, they must also carry that ambassadorship as well. That's what you
Correct.
hope for. Yeah, but here tonight, of course, as you said, we always award the champions. You know,
Right.
tonight the conversation is a little bit different. Of course, everybody's the champion just by entering here tonight.
Absolutely, there's been so many nominees across the continent, and unfortunately, you know, at the end, the adjudication panel could only come up with the top 3 that are here tonight. And tonight we're going to showcase who are those top 3 across the African continent, from as far North Africa right down to the south. And we're going to just have a good time tonight.
And the big conversation, one last question, the big conversation is Africa for Africa. We've heard from the sponsors who are from Africa, the organizations are also from Africa.
Absolutely, it's the first time us from the African continent is doing it for ourselves. We want to go bigger and better next year, and yeah, it's just exciting times, my brother.
you
World
very
Cup is taking place, the African awards are taking place. What more can we ask for?
And that's it from the red carpet. We've met all the guests, the judges, the sponsors, everybody, the LOC members, everybody we've met here on the red carpet. Please do enjoy the award. We're going to cross over now live on stage to enjoy the awards.
The Sport for Social Change Network Africa, in partnership with the leading Like Mandela Institute, is proud to present the inaugural Sport for Social Change Africa Annual Awards 2022, a first of its kind for the African continent. It is important to recognize the valiant efforts of individuals and organizations that have made an impact to further the progress of social change, aiding those who needed it most, and giving the most of what they could offer. Today, we recognize African organizations that have demonstrated excellence in using sport, physical activity, or physical education to contribute to development and peace on the continent. Together, we continue to build the Africa we want. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage our MCs for the evening, Nicole Basic and Mo Mutebe.
South Africa's most celebrated son stood in a room at a setup similar to tonight's.
And declared that sport has the power to change the world.
It has the power to inspire. It has the power to unite people in a way that little else does.
It speaks to the youth in a language they understand.
23 years since Nelson Mandela's powerful declaration, millions around the world have done just that.
And tonight, we will raise our glasses to a couple of them from our continent. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our special broadcast on SABC Sport for the inaugural Sports for Social Change Network Africa Awards.
The SSCN Africa Awards are the first of its kind on the continent, here to celebrate individuals and organizations living out Madiba's assertion about sport. Good evening, I'm Nicole Bessick.
I'm Mo Mutebe, and we are your hosts for tonight's evening.
Mo and I are so honored to be here with you all tonight, celebrating all the nominees. And to cut the proverbial rope for this evening's proceedings, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for GE Video Entertainment at SABC, Merlin Naika.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, honored guests, and to everyone gathered in the room. I see we got the dress code, business up top, sport at the bottom. To our viewers, loyal viewers, joining us from around our beautiful country, and especially to those watching on SABC Plus, a warm welcome. As mentioned by the MCs, sport is one of the few platforms that speaks to people across all walks of life, across all ages and in all languages. And this is the ethos of SABC Sport. We value development and we understand sport's value in building communities, in tackling social divisions, and how it can be used to combat poverty and social ills, especially in under-resourced communities. That was Madiba's assertion. That is SSCN's assertion. And it is most definitely the SABC's assertion. We can all remember playing sport growing up, whether it was with a ball in the field or a makeshift bat on the street with some friends. Regardless of what was going on at home, at school, or in the community, those few precious hours playing sport allowed us to escape everything. That is the power of sport. When SSCN Africa approached the SABC, we did not hesitate. This type of project is at the heart of our existence and our spirit of Ubuntu. To all the nominees tonight, we thank you for the work that you do. We are honored to be here alongside you in this small way. As the SABC, we urge you to continue being the change that you want to see, continue building the Africa you envision, never tire of doing good. For we as the SABC and SABC Sport will ensure that someone is watching. Enjoy the show tonight and congratulations to the winners.
Thank you for setting the mood and the scene, Merlin. To follow up on your beautiful words and give us some context on the SSN Africa Inaugural Awards, please, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Chairperson of SSCN Africa, Ms. Kitumetse Lebaka.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You are looking beautiful tonight. We, as the SSCN board, are excited to host our inaugural SSCN Awards in celebration of the great men and women present within our various networks. Sports has a soft power. It is the power that transcends through barriers, be it race, black, white, be from the poor to the rich, from politics to the various NGO sectors. It embraces the diversity of cultures across the globe. It remains a language that is universally understood. As the former President Nelson Mandela had said, it has the power to unite and to inspire us. Africa is the world's youngest and most fastest growing continent in sport. If you look at the World Cup at the moment, you will see that there are only 5 African teams, but there are many African countries represented as our African exports. That is our food. This is no surprise that as the SSCN, we continue to grow and expand our footprint in Africa as a continent. This is made possible by the various partnerships that we have forged, both private and public. It has also enabled us to grow our organization. We are excited about the various programs that we support, but even more excited about partnering with the Leading Like Mandela program, which is a program that seeks to build a new caliber of leaders, but also strengthen the current solid leaders in Africa. We as the SSCN board are very proud of the various programs that have been implemented across the board. And we continue to advocate for peace and contribute to sustainable development through sport. These inaugural awards seek to recognize the great work from the grassroots level and celebrate, most importantly, the impact that has been made over the last few years. I would like to welcome each and every one of you present in the room here tonight. Those who've traveled from afar, we really appreciate it as the SSCN board, and we do not take it lightly. With that, let me also thank the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture that has continually supported us, and a great thanks to Ms. Sumaya Khan, the DDG of the department. With that, sit back, relax, and have a great time tonight. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome onto stage Sumaya Khan.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Sanbonani nonke. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege this evening to represent the Honorable Minister of Sport, Arts and Culture in South Africa, Mr. Nathi Mthethwa. And it is my privilege to read you the message that the Minister wishes to convey to this august gathering tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, let me acknowledge first and foremost the dignitaries who have joined this event this evening. And we have in the room His Imperial Highness, the Prince of Ethiopia, His Majesty King Moremolo Mopeli. We've got Prince Estefanos Matevos. We've got His Excellency, the Ambassador for the Republic of Turkey, His Excellency, the Ambassador of Singapore, His Excellency, the Ambassador of Qatar, the Deputy Consul General of India. We are also very privileged and pleased to have with us Ms. Lena Kessie, who is a Senior Sports Officer of the African Union Sports Council. And then we've just heard the board chairperson, Ms. Ketumetse Lubaka, Mr. Alan Williams. Let me acknowledge you as well, Chief Executive of SSCN, Mr. Barry Hendricks, the President of the South African Sports Confederation and Olympic Committee, the Honorable Mr. Max Sisulu and Mrs. Sisulu, our colleagues in sport, all protocol observed. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with a sense of pride that I join you tonight in celebration of the inaugural Sport for Social Change Network Africa Awards. I am particularly pleased that the need for a continent-wide acknowledgement of excellence in the broad areas of sports for development and peace has become a reality. Congratulations to the organizers and the partners comprising our hosts, the South African Broadcasting Corporation, Leading Like Mandela Institute, the African Union Sports Council, the agencies of the French Agency for Development, AFD, and the Department of Sport, Arts and Culture, and the Sport for Social Change Network. I take note of the fact that tonight's event illustrates the power of sport to reach out to trailblazers with different backgrounds across artificial barriers of geography, race, creed, etc. In describing the significance of tonight's event, the chairperson of the Board of Directors of SSCN Africa, Ms. Lebaka, is quoted as saying, and I quote, "Problems exist to be solved, and the SSCN Africa aims to solve these problems by creating awareness and broadcasting the various solutions that exist through this meaningful initiative. I also understand that these awards offer a platform to celebrate the sterling work done by non-governmental organizations in driving change through the medium of sport throughout the continent. As an AUSC Sports Council member country, I would like to particularly welcome Ms. Lena Kessie, who is also representing Dr. Chipande, the coordinator for the AU Sports Council. Last week, South Africa had the honor of hosting the first World Football Summit in the continent, where football and business leaders addressed issues relating to the African continent, taking its rightful place in world football, while sharing ideas on business opportunities within the sporting sector. Such gatherings coming at the dawn of a major event like the FIFA World Cup hosted in Qatar raises questions about our readiness to produce a FIFA World Cup champion from the continent. After all, we already have an African lady appointed to the high office of FIFA, the Secretary General in Ms. Fatma Samura. While we take pride in the way CAF hosted a successful AFCON in Cameroon, as well as a successful WAFCON in Morocco, as both these were world-class events in a sport that is played by almost every country in the world. We are also particularly proud that CAF has instructed its member countries to establish a women's football league alongside its male counterparts. My department already has a strategic relationship with SSCN. We are pleased that through their CEO, Mr. Alan Williams, we're able to gather as we are today. Thank you, Alan, for showing us the way in embracing inclusivity at continental level. Awards, like many incentives, play a very important dual role of patting our achievers on the back for their past successes while urging them to do even more in future. I therefore take pride in saluting the winners of tonight's prizes while cautioning them that it is often more difficult to defend one's title than to win it the first time around. The other positive spin-off from the awards is the arousal of a competitive spirit within those who failed to win today, to have a goal to focus on the next time around. Today, however, is also about broader objectives where we take stock of our progress against the UN's Sustainable Development Goals, which include categories in good health and well-being, quality education, gender equality, decent work and economic growth, reduced inequality, as well as positive peace. The call to individual countries is to adopt the same SDGs and localize them in a manner that ensures that the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. Lastly, the African continent through these awards may contribute to fostering of growth within our sectors, which in turn positions us better in achieving some of its Agenda 2063 aspirations. Have a great evening, ladies and gentlemen. I thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Director General. Mo, it's time for the moment that's brought us all here. So tell us, what do we have in store tonight?
Thank you for that, Nicole. All right, gang. So 14 awards in total to be handed out tonight, with one of the categories being chosen by the SSCN Africa Group. This award is awarded to the NGOs, even though they fall outside the network, their work is just as important.
In big and small ways, the men and women behind these NGOs endeavor to change their corner of the earth through the medium of sport.
To present and tell us more about the regional awards, let's welcome on stage Zane De Silva, Director and Member of Stakeholder Development, as well as Lina Paul Kessie, Senior Sports Officer in charge of African Games at the African Union Sport Council in Yaoundé. It's a long description.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This award is to open to African organizations who use sport to promote social change. The 5 recipients represent the regions of the NGOs not yet in our network, 1 from each African Union in accordance with the African Union's Agenda 2063, the Africa we want.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The first regional award is presented to an NGO that educates persons who have historically been marginalized and excluded about the financial advantage of sustainable living. Through their program, children have an opportunity to fully immerse themselves in the large fan-based environments in adding to the diversity of sports available. The foundation based all of its activities on the conservation ethic with education and exposure starting in early life and continuing well into adulthood.
Regional Awards.
And the regional award winner goes to the Grootbos Foundation.
Hi everybody, this is a welcomed surprise, but we just want to thank you for the acknowledgement and thanks SNC and SABC and everything they do. Where we are established is about 2 hours outside of Cape Town, so this is going to be a big boost for the foundation as well. And thanks to all the other nominees and to everyone here tonight. Thank you.
We would like to present the second regional award to a center which rescues youngsters under the age of 18 from the streets to reintegrate them into their families and society. These children receive rehabilitation and psychological sessions as soon as they arrive at their center during their stay. Football is one of the methods used to engage with the youths and learn about reasons from running away from home. And the 22 regional award recipient is from East Africa is Esperance. Can we welcome?
For me, I want to say thank you for SSCN for this award, and we will continue to change our African and using sport as a tool to change the world. Thank you.
This next beneficiary uses basketball and other sports to contribute to getting young people fit for life and work through social and innovation solutions in the field of education, empowerment and socio-economic inclusion of young people and women since 2011. From the North Africa, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Thibaut Morocco.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Thanks to Sport for Social Change Network for this nomination, and thanks also to Leading Like Mandela organization. Thibaut is a non-profit organization started in Morocco 10 years ago. We work today with 250,000 beneficiaries, girls in rural areas, youth neither education, employment or training, women, and also refugees. We offer for them programs focused on education through sports, youth employability through sports through our School of Second Chance. And also we founded the first Sport Social Innovation Lab to support youth entrepreneurs to start startups focused on sports and health, sports and education, sports and new technologies, and sports and environment. We have a vision by 2030 to become the locomotive of sport for development in Africa. And we continue to reach to more kids, more youth, more women, and to impact lives of African youth. Thank you for this award. Thank you.
Our fourth regional award tonight is presented to an NGO that has worked relentlessly since 2007 to empower young girls and communities in the Democratic Republic of Congo through education and health programs. It has grown into all-encompassing ecosystems, influencing thousands of lives each year through an accredited school program. A community-centered technical classes, water education, nutrition, of which are provided free of charge to the entire community. Using sport to effect sustainable development goals from Central Africa, would Malaika come up on stage, please? Ladies and gentlemen, I'd just like to let you know Malaika wasn't able to travel today due to the unrest in the country from the DRC, but we, as the SSCN, and I would like to accept his award. Thank you very much. And on to our fifth and final regional award this evening. Our final beneficiary this evening offers over 30 educational and empowerment programs, many of which use football to provide dynamic, goal-orientated learning environments. This is part of the attempts to encourage youth to seek out health-related behaviors that help underprivileged children realize their full potential by teaching them life skills through football and connecting them with health academies. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner is WizKids from United Ghana from the West African region. Thank you very much.
this. It really is very unexpected. But thank you so much, and thank you so much for my team from WizKids United. This is a special day for me because this is my 20th year today in Africa. What was intended to be a 2-year sabbatical from my HIV sexual health clinic in London has grown into something a lot more. And so it's really an honor to receive an award from SSCN for work in Africa, because often people don't realize that the work can be far more demanding when you're working with underprivileged and disadvantaged young people. So the work tends to be far more holistic, more hands-on. So I would like to thank the thousands of young people I've had the pleasure of working with. And also, I'd just like to say, Qatar, thank you for hosting an absolutely wonderful World Cup. Thank you.
One more round of applause for all our regional winners and their inspiring work.
And a big round of applause for Zayn. He was in here putting a shift. He handed out like 15 awards.
I know.
We have to be careful. We might be coming for my job.
Well, good thing we have another segment coming up. We'll bring the link back. Cool, 1, 2, 3. Music, much like sport, has the power to inspire and unite people in a way that little else does. And with that, we take a break in proceedings and invite you to be swept away by the uniquely South African 4-piece soulful blend of jazz, the multi-award-winning Julie Lamberti Jazz Quartet.
And the living is easy. Fish and jumping, and the cotton is high. Your dad is rich, and your mama's good looking. Baby, don't you cry. One of these mornings you're gonna rise up singing. Spread your wings and take to the sky. Nothing's gonna harm you now. With Daddy and Mammy standing by. Your dad is rich, and your mama's so good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. Hush, little baby, don't you cry. Don't you
Absolutely beautiful.
That was,
Thank you, Julia.
that
Thank
was
you,
lovely.
gentlemen. If you've just tuned in, we are broadcasting live from Johannesburg, South Africa on SABC Sport. And this is the inaugural SSCN Africa Awards, the first of its kind on the continent.
Yes, yes, Nicole. Tonight, we are shining the spotlight on the SSCN members who are achieving their goals in their given spaces, striving for the Africa we all want.
And on that note, to present the SSCN Good Health Award, it gives me great delight to welcome back onto the stage Deputy Director General of the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture, Sumaya Khan.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. A clean mind, body, and soul are the essence of a healthy athletic body, and maintaining the balance can be difficult. This will be presented to the SSCNA member who has shown excellence in using sport, physical activity, or physical education to promote the general health and overall well-being of the people participating in their program. The nominees are
Good health and well-being. The nominees are Angaza Sports, Waves for Change, Watoto Wasoka.
the 2022 SSCN Good Health Award goes to Waves for Change.
Oh, let's make it a little lower. Blown away. Nkosi kakhulu, dankie, thank you. This couldn't have, I mean, it's a massive surprise, but a big thank you to SSCN. But I'm gonna let the man who started this say thank you for this.
Good evening, everyone. I'm feeling nervous. Enkosi kakhulu to SSN, and 11 years ago, bendingayazi uba uqala Ways for Change will take me this far. I don't know what to say. Enkosi kakhulu, ubuntu mabande.
Thank you, Deputy Director, and round of applause again for Waves for Change for winning that award. Thank you, thank you. The next SSCN award for this evening is a Safe Sport Award. To present this award, please welcome on stage Mark Hardwick, Director of The Guardian, and Norman Brooke, the founder of Brooke Sporting Consulting. The Caucasians.
In an effort to make a lasting impact through sport, every individual's well-being and human rights should be respected.
The Safe Sport Award recognises the SSCNA member who has the most proven excellence in fostering safe, inclusive and fun venues in which to engage in the best sporting practices. These are the nominees.
Safe Sport Award. The nominees are School of Hard Knocks, Altus Sport, Sport in Action.
And the winner of the 2022 SSCN Safe Sport Award is
School of Hard Knocks.
Excellent. Thank you so much for this award. It's a great honor to be here. So thank you to the Sport for Social Change Network and for the other thing, and congratulations to the other participants. It's great to be nominated. We are very lucky to work with some incredible young people, to work with them on improving their mental health through sport. It's incredibly important to protect their human rights and to give them the opportunity to live the lives that they deserve. So thank you for this recognition.
We are celebrating such impactful work tonight, and we are only getting started. I must say the next award is one that has particular personal resonance for me. This award looks to provide and promote equal opportunities for all. So to present the Gender Equality Award, help me welcome onto stage the founder and CEO of Leading Like Mandela, Dr. Liaquat Ali-Azam.
Good evening, everyone. We're here to recognize, firstly, thank you for all being here, the power of women. The power of women to change the world, the power of sport to change the world. And I'm honored to have been raised by great women, to have been surrounded by great women, such as my mom, who's here with us. So, thank you, Mom. My beautiful wife, Asma, who's here with me. My sister, Shamima, my niece. And we'd also like to recognize and honor a special tribute our daughter, Nilufer, who was the youth ambassador for Leading Like Mandela. She passed away last year in October at the age of 19. A young activist, a youth ambassador for Leading Like Mandela. She launched many programs to empower women, Pride of the Rural Girl, alongside heads of UN. She launched with Deputy Secretary General Amina Mohammed the Leading Like Mandela program in 2018 with the Africa Forum, representing former presidents in Africa. And she walked amongst giants, being a giant herself. So in her honor, and to all the powerful women here, including my dear sister, Indileka Mandela, we would like to hand over this award. And the nominees are?
Gender Equality Award. The nominees are Kick for Life, Sport Aid Trust, United Through Sport.
And the winner is United Through Sports.
First and foremost, I'd like to say welcome and hello to everyone, ladies and gentlemen. And it's safe to say that in our field, we don't really get trophies. There's no year-end, end-of-season awards, but we get rewarded every day. That's with a smile, that's with a high five, that's with a young little kid jumping at you, a young little girl jumping at you, giving you a hug. And lastly, our Oscars are when a seed that you sow finally becomes an oak tree. So to everyone in this room, thank you and well done for what you're doing and bringing light to the world. And to the United Through Sport team, from the mamas to the drivers, to everyone in the office, to the coaches on the field, thank you for your exceptional work, and this is credit to your guys' hard work throughout the years. Thank you very much. And thank you to SSCN, of course. Thank you.
Congratulations once again to our winners, and a big thank you to Dr. Azam, the CEO of Leading Like Mandela. Talk about pressure. Those are some quite high standards that you have set. Guys, I just want to acknowledge that like 2 awards ago, a black guy got an award for having an organization for swimming, and we're all like, yeah, that's normal. I just want us to agree to that. It all happened, we saw it happen, and we should be proud as black people. No pressure, no, don't clap now. Where were you when he needed you? That's selfish, okay. For the next award, I'd like to ask Professor Oscar Mwanga, SSCN Advisory Board Member, to come to the stage to come present the Inclusion Award. Round of applause for him, please.
I am representing the University of London, and I sit on the board. I'm originally from Zambia, so I'll say Mulibwanji Bonse. Thank you very much. So we all have something to contribute, and no one should be silenced because of aspects of themselves they cannot change. The sports world has often been a terminus place for individuals who are perceived to be different, and this needs to change. This award will be presented to SSCN member who has shown excellence in the use of sport, physical activity, or physical education in inclusion and integration of disabled community or other underrepresented groups in the communities that they are found. So these are the nominees.
Inclusion Award. The nominees are Lisedi Labatu, Special Olympics, South Africa, BACOP,
So the winner for the Inclusion Award is Ba Cope.
Good evening, everybody. It's a great honor to be here. Thank you very much, Sports for Social Change Network Africa. Thank you, everyone. We are very excited. We use sports as a tool to empower communities as well as to include marginalized groups. In most African countries, disabled, they are always kept away in houses. So if these kids, they are kept away in houses, we use sports, inclusive sports, so that they can come out to engage, to have access to education, health, and sports. So sports plays a big role to these kids. They are always miserable. They always have happiness when they engage in sports. So let's all of us use sports to unite our communities, to unite the marginalized people. If sports is fun for everyone, why disabled are left out? Thank you very much.
Congratulations once again. As he makes his way off stage, we hit the half mark of tonight's celebration. I could certainly do with another dose of the dulcet tones of the Julia Lamberti Jazz Quartet. For those of you tuned in, there will be more awards after this. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. And if you're just tuning in, I'm Nicole Bessick, joined by my dashing co-host, Momo Tebe.
Yes, I am.
And this is the 2022 SSCN Africa Awards, celebrating our champions for change through the medium of sport.
We've already witnessed so much great work being done on our continent. It gives me hope that indeed the Africa we want is possible. So let's continue cheering for those individuals. Before we carry on, guys, I just want to let everyone know I've got a lisp. And these people knew this before they booked me. And I've said SSCN 15 times tonight. So I'm going to let you know you can achieve everything you want if you put your mind to it. Okay. To present the award for quality education, please put your hands together for the Deputy Chair of the SSCN Board of Directors, Dr. Daniel Rampai.
Good evening, everyone. And like the chair said, it looks so beautiful, so amazing. And please, don't be surprised by the tremor in my voice. I just cannot stand such beauty in this room. Thank you, yeah, do clap, yeah. The award, that's my name, Rampai. Greetings first, yeah. Where do I start? Yes, thank you so much. Now you understand. He has been quoted already tonight, but if you'd allow me to also borrow from the late, great statesman Mandela, who once said, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. I think we can all agree that the Africa we want to see is largely dependent on the quality of our education. This award recognizes SSCNA member that has best demonstrated excellence using sport, physical activity, or physical education to promote an exemplary and sustainable standard of lifelong learning and skills development. And here are the nominees. I've done right.
Quality Education Award. The nominees are BACOP, Altus Sport, Sporting Chance.
The Quality Education Award goes to Altus Sport.
Well, honored guests, this really came as a big surprise. So we are overwhelmed and emotional about this wonderful award bestowed upon us. at this very royal and grandiose occasion. Really, this is something we will never forget, and this will really inspire us to go that extra mile, to reaching out to the poor and the jobless. SSCN, many thanks for this honor. With SSCN, they are the leaders actually as far as working together, being in a great team, and going together. That's also an Olympic slogan today. So they are the leaders as far as that is concerned. So we thank you very much. Within this framework, we will go that extra mile and reaching out. So on that note, we want to say thank you very much, and we will really do our very best to give honor to this wonderful award. And in conclusion, my MD.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Alan, SSCN, for this. But this is not for us. This is for our 64 youth leaders working hard in the field every day. Sam, to you and your team, thanks very much. It goes to all of you, all the people working with us and the kids. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations to the winners, and thank you to Dr. Rampai. Another special award tonight is the SSCN Social Cohesion Award. Cohesive. To present it, please welcome Professor Cora Burnett, member of SSPN Policy and Advisory Board. Professor. Yay!
Greetings to all of you. Individuals are always stronger with the support of those around them, and community builds individuals. The Social Cohesion Award honors an SSCN member that has best demonstrated excellence using sport, physical activity, or physical education to promote social cohesion in communities by helping build peaceful, inclusive, and equitable societies. Let's have a look at tonight's nominees.
Social Cohesion Award. The nominees are Fight with Insight, Lisedi Labatu, Youth Sport Uganda,
And the 2022 SSCN Social Cohesion Award goes to Youth Sport Uganda. Congratulations.
Wow. Let me take this opportunity to thank Sports for Social Change Network for this beautiful award. Just to give you a brief, Youth Sport Uganda is a sports for development organization that uses sports for protection to help out the refugees and urban communities. For us, some of you may know that Uganda ranks the third in the world and the first in Africa in hosting refugees. So our programming runs around sports for protection. We thought it's very, very important to give these refugees hope. That's why, we invest a lot of time in supporting them. And recently, we participated in the Street Football World Cup in Qatar, where we had a team of refugees representing Uganda. For us, this award goes to the staff and the stakeholders who have supported us in various ways. And we could only say that keep on supporting us as we empower youth through sports. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back after the short break.
welcome back. Our next category is the Environment Award. To present this award, please welcome SSEN board member Chanel Boshoff. Chanel, over to you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The era of reckless consumption has passed and conservation has begun. Our most valuable resource is the earth, and protecting it is the best way to ensure the safety of one another. This award salutes the SSCNA member who has best displayed excellence in using sport, physical activity, or physical education to promote the environment, promote sustainable consumption, or battle climate change and its effects. The nominees are as follows.
Environment Award. The nominees are I Am Water, Sporting Chance, Peace for Conservation.
And the winner of the Environment Award is I Am Water.
I'm truly humbled and honored to be in the company of all of you, so thank you very much. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the SSCN and SABC and Leading Like Mandela for this award. I Am Water believes in ocean conservation through transformative human experiences, ocean experiences. We believe our mission is to ignite a movement of blue minds across the globe, to ignite and facilitate physical and emotional connections to our aquatic environment, to build an understanding between the interdependence between healthy oceans, healthy humans, and a healthy planet. Thank you very much for this award.
Congratulations to I Am Water for winning the Environment Award. And thank you again to Ms. Boshoff for presenting the award. We are now towards the end of the evening with just 2 more awards left to hand out. But it's been a long night, but I also hope it's been an educational one. To present the final award in this segment, which is the Economic Empowerment Award, please welcome onto stage the brand manager of Batu, Thabo Manenje. See what I did there?
Hello, everyone. You really look amazing today. Money does indeed make the world go round, and it's required to change the world. While it is not the end goal, it sure does help. As such, the Economic Empowerment Award champions the SSCNA member who uses sport, physical activity, or physical education to promote economic development, productive employment in the communities where they work, through programming that addresses employability, access to higher education, or entrepreneurial skills. These are the nominees.
Economic Empowerment Award. The nominees are Amandla, Sport Aid Trust, Society Empowerment Project.
And the winner goes to SEP.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for having us here. SEP is an abbreviation. It is Society Empowerment Project. We use the tool of football to empower the community and also the youth. We do mostly sewing of reusable sanitary towel. This brings about income generation to the girls in our grassroots area, that is in Kenya, Homa Bay County. I'm so grateful to be part of you tonight. Thank you so much.
One more round of applause for the winner of this category. We've had an incredible evening thus far, but it is far from over. More awards to follow. We'll be right back.
When I wake up in the morning, love, and the sunlight hurts my eyes, and there's something without a warning, love, bears heavy on my mind. Then I look at you, and the world's alright with me. Oh, just one look at you, and I know that it's gonna be a lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, a lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, a lovely day, a lovely day, lovely day. When the day that lies ahead of me seems impossible to face, and then someone else instead of me always seems to know the way. Then I look at you, and the world is alright with me, baby. Oh, just one look at you, and I know that it's gonna be a lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, a lovely day, 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 lovely day. You know it's gonna be, yeah. You know it's gonna be, yeah. You know it's gonna be a lovely day.
Welcome back. It's been a truly eventful evening filled with promises of a brighter Africa. But it wouldn't be possible without our next guest.
If you could all put your hands together for the man behind tonight's vision, SSCN CEO Alan Williams, to give a vote of thanks.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Are you having a good time tonight? Doesn't look like it, eh? He's like, yeah, but are you having a good time tonight? Thank you. My task is very simple tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and that's really to acknowledge our sponsors here tonight that have made this possible. So let me begin. I would like to thank Vodacom, the SABC Sport, Ruby, Sandesh, and their team that's been pulling out hairs in the last couple of weeks. I would like to thank Dr. Azim, Leading Like Mandela, Miss Mandela. I would like to thank the Department of Sport, Arts and Culture, who has been our anchor for the last 100 years. I would like to thank the French Development Agency, the AFD. I would like to thank the African Union Sports Council. Ms. Kessie, thank you so much for coming so far to be with us tonight from Cameroon. I would like to thank the National Youth Development Agency. I would like to thank Batu. If you see a few people, look, I'm a bit controversial tonight. I'm not going to mention any name, Dr. Rampai, but you look very good in those bright, I'm colorblind, yellow, canary yellow. I would like to thank Team Pact, The Guardian, Pura, Anchor Grid, and obviously our honorary guests that are here tonight. Thank you so much. Ian, a special shout out to you. Thank you so much for all you have done for us. Last but not least, this would not be possible. I just want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, because this would not be possible for that. Thank you so much. And a shout out to my mom. Happy birthday, mom. And to my beautiful wife. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome onto stage Dr. Azam.
Good evening again, everyone. Leading Like Mandela was established 10 years ago with Nelson Mandela as the patron in 2012. It is there to recognize great African leadership, and I'd like to honor and recognize His Imperial Highness Prince Stefano Matthias of Ethiopia, who is a direct descendant of King Solomon and Queen of Sheba and Emperor Menelik II of Ethiopia, who began a journey of unleashing the power of Africans to free and lead Africa to its liberation. So in honor of the great leaders that we hear today, as well as we have various dignitaries, leaders from the diplomatic community. So Leading Like Mandela is there to support sustainable development of the continent and the globe, with Nelson Mandela as our patron. We do that through various training programs, and we have other leaders here from Nigeria. We have Prince Ugo Mike Enwerem, we have Prince Matevo from Eswatini, we have the princesses of South Africa who are all with us, various. So we'd like to honor all the great leaders here today. I have my son Sajid. Important leadership, we have to make space for the youth. It's very important for us to pass the baton on. Like Nelson Mandela said, it is in your hands now, the leadership, and he has spoken about the power of sport to change the world. I would like to also acknowledge General Nzimande Msimang and his wife, Africa Msimang, Medium Msimang's family. Our honorable, we have great dignitaries and leaders, as well as the Sisulu family, and the various ambassadors from Qatar, Turkey, Singapore, and others, French embassy as well. So without further ado, I would like to call upon my dear sister, because when we talk about leadership, Nelson Mandela is a global leader and global Leading Like Mandela, and the Sisulu family was also one of our greatest leaders in the continent and globally, the former Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Max Sisulu, to hand over the Leading Like Mandela and present the Leading Like Mandela Global Champion Award. Please join us on stage. Thank you.
Well, I think I'm going to fluff worse than my brother over there. Greetings, everyone. Using one's voice to speak for the underrepresented is a feat of humanity. The people whose lives have been positively changed appreciate it, as do we. This is an open award given at the discretion of the SSCN team to individuals from any space in politics, sports, science, social media, or private sector. This individual exhibits the leadership qualities synonymous to Madiba, to Sports for Peace and Development movement in Africa. The 2022 finalists are
The Champion Award. The nominees are Francis Kichuki, Charles Nyambe, Mavita Ali,
And the winner is Charles Nyambe.
Wow. Mixed emotions. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. First and foremost, I just want to say that the population I serve, this is related to leadership, but my position, maybe let me clarify. I'm the president and managing director for Special Olympics Africa region. And Special Olympics is a program that serves people with intellectual disabilities. And people with intellectual disabilities today are far marginalized, this population. We know that. They're chained in their backyards and they're denied by their own parents. And I mentioned mixed emotions because what we do is to get to these individuals, these athletes, and use sport to unchain them. Some of the chains are invisible. They're chained, their mindsets are chained for years, and they're denied by their parents. Little things we take for granted, like when you wake up, you have a smile on your face because your brother, your sister said something nice to you. But I say we take this for granted because many times we've seen these athletes and they've mentioned to us that they've not smiled ever in their lives when they were with their families. And when we have given them a ball and put them on the field, we have seen that smile. They've smiled for the very first time. We take these things for granted. Thank you. And secondly, with regards to athletes, personally, as a leader, I have a team that I lead in Africa. This is really heavy. I've done my gym for today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Charles.
Thank you so much, sir.
You know, we take things, the leadership, Leadership means for us is that first and foremost, everything goes to the athletes. We say if something has no impact on the athletes we serve, then it goes to the back of the queue. So we serve the athletes and we ensure that everything we do goes to the athletes. And I would like to say thank you for this award. It goes back to the athletes that we serve, and I appreciate. Thank you.
Thank you to all the nominees and winners that endeavor to change their corner of the earth through the medium of social sports.
Thank you to all the dignitaries as well, members of the media, and all the winners. If you guys can convene in the red carpet, Caesar will be there. He doesn't have a surname, just goes like Caesar. He's like Madonna.
We've come to the end of the night, a truly inspirational night at that, celebrating NGOs and individuals who often operate with minimal resources, little to no support, but remain steadfast in their unwavering belief that sport truly can bring about social change.
Thank you. A belief that stems from the spirit of Ubuntu, that together we can do more for the Africa we want. SSN has shown us we can all play a part.
And no part is too big or too small. And with that being said, I'm Nicole Bessick.
I am Mo Mutebe.
One anthem, one heartbeat. Good night.
Farewell. One band, one sound. One avocado.
Ain't no sunshine